government moves to take possession of the building occupied by the liquidation center in Bay Street. Breathalyzer testing coming in January. And in sports, Afghanistan completes T20 series victory against the West Indies.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC Newsnight, starting now.
A very good evening to you with CBC Newsnight for Sunday, November 17th. I'm Ryan Broom in our top story. Government authorities are expected to take possession of the building on Bay Street known as the Liquidation Center tomorrow morning, barring any other instructions from the court. A word of this from Attorney General Dale Marshall. He says personnel from the Ministry of Housing and Lands, with the assistance of the Royal Barbados Police Force, will start the process of removing and storing the materials in the building. Now, the property was acquired by government through the compulsory acquisition process of Parliament, with a notice to acquire having been served on the owners since March this year. The area has been identified by the Mia Motley administration for a number of hotel developments, including the new Hyatt. According to Mr. Marshall, while government now effectively owns the property, the process of compensation has not been completed. However, he says discussions have been ongoing between the government and the previous owners, with a commitment to pay as soon as agreement has been reached.
The Ministry of Housing wrote to Mrs. Ram at the end of September and gave them until the 4th of November to move. Subsequent to the 4th of November, Mrs. Ram wrote the Ministry of Housing and asked for an extension until January of 2020. We consider that Mrs. Ram has been given more than enough time, and we convened a meeting with Mrs. Ram. So we wrote her back and said that we could not agree to an extension, and we convened a meeting with Mrs. Ram on Friday and indicated to her that we needed to get the premises vacated immediately, and that we would expect her to start taking those steps.
Now, according to the Attorney General, the operators of liquidation centers sought injunctive relief through the court, which dismissed the application. The company also sought a stay of execution, which the court has also rejected. Now, meanwhile, to coin an old Bajan saying, it was federation both inside and outside of the liquidation center on Bay Street from early this morning, as dozens of Barbadians tried to cash in on deals on mostly hardware items, furniture and appliances, in some cases up to 75% off the regular price. This as the owners of the property sought to get the majority of remaining stock sold. Now, some shoppers told CBC News they were inside the building for as long as 3 hours in some cases, trying to find deals and make their way out through the large crowd inside. It was not so smooth sailing all the way, however, as police had to go on the scene to calm the eager shoppers, and at one point recommended that the doors of the establishment be closed. Now, while the doors were initially closed, much to the disappointment of waiting shoppers, owner Mrs. Asha Merchandani, popularly known as Miss Ram, emerged from the building and indicated that the doors would again be opened. Now, up to the time the CBC News team left the area, while the doors had indeed been reopened just after 5 o'clock, no shoppers were immediately allowed to go inside. Waiting shoppers said they were originally told that the establishment would remain open until midnight, but at this time it is still not clear whether or not that will still happen. And of course, we'll keep you up to date on any developments in that story. Meanwhile, from January next year, Barbadian motorists will have to subject themselves to a new road regulation with the establishment of breathalyzer testing. The revelation came from Transport Minister William Duguid today as he addressed a special service to mark the World Day of Remembrance for road traffic victims. Breathalyzer testing is one more method government will be introducing to make Barbadian roads safer.
My ministry is at an advanced stage with respect to the utilization of breathalyzer testing of driver vehicles, and the introduction of such testing will go a long way to ensuring the safety of the traveling public.
And Minister Duguid says his ministry is also pleased that there's been a significant decline in the number of road fatalities this year compared to last year and previous years. Only 8 road deaths were recorded up to the first 10 months of this year, compared to 26 last year and 28 in 2017.
Notwithstanding the low level of road fatalities in 2019, it is my position that one road fatality in any year is one too many. We all know too well the social, economic, and emotional consequences that follow the death of someone on our roads. with families shattered and breadwinners no longer here. Efforts must therefore be made to develop our road safety system to a state where road fatality is a rarity.
Meanwhile, in her remarks, President of the Barbados Road Safety Association, Charmaine Rowland Bowen, says while she's also pleased to see the road fatality numbers have decreased, even better can be done.
This is a marked improvement, but still too many. These are not only statistics, but these are most importantly, precious lives that has been lost to the war on our roads. Let us agree to work side by side to bring Barbados' numbers down to zero.
And in her Ministry of the Word, Reverend Rosalind Harper Johnson talked about the need to be industrious and lauded the Road Safety Association for its efforts over the years.
The simple truth is that those who are busy in the work of Christ, busy in building up, busy in helping others, will find that it is a way of advancing the mission of Jesus Christ. Those of you in the Road Safety Association, your work, even though it may seem in vain, you continue to do what you know is right, because the benefits may be that it saves your own life.
In other news, the Ministry of Energy will be ramping up its efforts to encourage Barbadians to embrace renewable energy in their lifestyles. And Energy Minister Wilfred Abrams says there will be several public outreach efforts throughout this week and beyond in the lead up to 2030. He made the comment during this morning's service at the St. Christopher Church to observe Energy Month.
The amount of things you're going to see happening from our ministry in the electricity side, in the energy side, and also from water over the next couple of weeks and months are going to make you dizzy. Mark my words, you're going to see things happening from this week. Just pay attention as you go around Barbados and you see green trucks out on the road, right? You're going to be seeing activity that you've never seen before. We are going to lead the change that is necessary in Barbados.
We take a pause here, but we'll be back with more news after this break.